What is up, guys, and welcome back. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it because I have been doing a lot of work off camera, and I figured I'd go ahead and start showing you guys, I guess, the putting back together part. The taking apart is a little bit boring. I get extremely dirty. I mean, I've washed my hand like 3 times, and it's still just all over me, especially working on diesel stuff. If you guys know, then you know. But as you can see, the engine and everything looks a little bit different than it used to. I took off the stock factory US spec exhaust manifold, and this is something that is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. So let me go ahead and show this to you guys. It's basically a stock manifold, right? As you guys can see, there's no flange on it. Where does the turbo go? Well, if you guys check this thing out, this goes on the end of the exhaust manifold, and then on the other side, you obviously have your T3 fitting for your turbo. I personally cannot stand this setup. It is a little bit annoying. It looks like there is way too much going on this side of the car, and honestly, I can't stand it if I'm being 100% honest with you. So, we removed that, and when I did, I saw how disgusting and dirty and nasty all this stuff is. The turbo was clearly leaking from the drain. If you guys can't tell, now you definitely can. But other than that, I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make this thing look just as good as the outside, because the outside of this car, if you guys haven't seen my past videos, definitely go check them out. We did wide body this 300 TD, and it looks amazing. I absolutely love it. But when I pop the hood, this is what it looks like, you guys. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest. So I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and take this thing completely apart for the most part. Not completely apart, but about 85%. And I'm going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of stuff powder coated and polished and cleaned and just everything to look perfect. And then obviously just replace a whole bunch of seals so that way this thing can seriously be at 100%. And then when I was doing all this, I was taking it to the gym the other day, and I actually had a slight vibration. It was very slight. It wasn't too crazy or aggressive yet, but I noticed, if you look right here, my center support bearing is shot. It is completely destroyed on the upper half, and that's exactly what it was. My guibos are fine, which is actually kind of surprising, considering the fact that I think they're factory, believe it or not. But my center support bearing was shot, so I went ahead and got a new one, which is right here. And then, I don't know if you guys obviously could tell, but I do not have a transmission at all in the car anymore. My transmission is fine. It's a 7223, but it's automatic, guys. And I figured, come on, it's a mechanical engine. Everything is mechanical. Technically, that transmission is mechanical. It's just shifting off of vacuum. But I was like, it just needs a manual swap. I have quite a few of them. I was like, I need to start using them. Let's go ahead and throw in a manual swap in this. And no, we're not using one from like a BMW or a 6-speed from the newer Mercedes. I actually do have one for an inline 6 diesel engine. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 722.35, if I'm not mistaken, or 735.35 or something. I'll go ahead and put the little code for the transmission right here. But I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and do a manual swap in this thing. Let's spiffy it up. Let's go ahead and just go all out. I did finish with the exterior. Like I said, I have been taking it to the gym here and there, but I was like, I feel like it's kind of missing something. And what better thing to do or use than a manual with a diesel Roland Cole 603. And if you guys know how this engine sounds, it clacks like a 12 valve. It rolls coal like a 7.3. I mean, this thing can get down, honestly. If I'm being 100% honest, this thing is a workhorse. These things are sweet. And then I started thinking about, oh, well, if I'm going to polish and I'm going to clean and I'm going to powder coat a whole bunch of stuff, maybe I should go with like a stainless manifold, and I should kind of do like a whole custom intake. But then I started thinking on a buyer standpoint, because I will be selling this car, I think. I'm like, honestly, I'm kind of 50-50 right now, but because I might be selling it, I was looking more on a buyer standpoint. if it had a bunch of aftermarket parts and it had a bigger turbo and a huge injection pump and a whole bunch of other stuff done to it, on a buyer standpoint, personally, this is just me, I would honestly kind of like to know what you guys think as well. But from a buyer standpoint, I want something that's a little bit more factory. I want something that has original parts in it. I want something that isn't so, I guess you could say, molested, just destroyed, or all kind of finagled up, right? You want something that's pretty much factory. You can open the hood. Everybody and anybody knows how to work on it. You could take it to other shops if you needed to. You could do it yourself if you wanted to. And there's nothing like special about it. That's why I went with European style manifold, which again is so much better than the US spec one. I actually kind of hate this setup. I don't understand why they did that. And if it is because of emission stuff, I've actually seen European manifolds that have like the little EGR stuff. So I really don't know why they did that setup. But that's all besides the point. That's all besides the point. But yeah, no. I was like, you know, let's go ahead and make it semi-factory. Let's just go ahead and replace all of the gaskets, all of the seals, do everything. And of course, I didn't want to show you guys all of the boring removal part, I guess, on this, because again, I get extremely dirty, and that's not really the fun part. The fun part is cleaning everything, spiffing it up, making it look all great, good, and sexy, and then putting on all the new parts. That's what everybody likes to see. So, obviously, everything is out, everything is off. Now, I honestly just kind of have to take in a few parts to go get polished and cleaned and spiffied up and beautified, and then a few other things powder coated. I still need to take off. This right here, if I'm not mistaken, is just a diesel filter system. I got to take off this guy though. Obviously the upper radiator hose mount, connector, block thing, I don't know. But I got to get that taken off. Obviously I'm going to take off my power steering pump reservoir because I'd like to get that done. The thermostat housing I'd like to go get cleaned up, done. I don't know if I'm going to polish that. Maybe I'll powder coat. I don't know yet. I don't know. I have an idea in my head, but yeah. And then while I have everything off, I do need to clean up all this gunk. And then this right here just looks a little bit janky because obviously it's a few different colors. So like I said, we're just going to make the inside of under the hood look just as good as the outside, because I have had a few people stop me in the middle of the road and they're like, dude, that thing is wide, it looks good, it is so sick, I can't believe it rolls coal. They actually thought there was something wrong with the car at first until I told them it was a diesel, and then they were like completely in love with it, especially out here where I live in the middle of nowhere. Everybody has a big diesel truck, so to have this wagon pull up next to you and roll more coal than your truck is honestly a little bit funny. But yeah, no, I just wanted to give you guys a quick little update on the beautiful wide body wagon and show you guys kind of what we're going to be doing. If you guys have any tips or tricks or think of anything else that I should maybe do to this, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. Like I said, I promised I would try to start posting a lot more, so that's obviously what I'm going to do for you guys. I haven't painted my grill yet, and I haven't painted the wheels yet, just because I got a little carried away doing the center support bearing, and then the center support bearing turned into, let's just manual swap it. So yeah, this is what happens when I guess I start playing with the cars. But there you guys have it. There's a bunch of wonderfulness for you. If you guys, like I said, have any tips or tricks or want to see anything specific, please go ahead and drop them down in the comments. And honestly, I'm genuinely curious. If you guys were looking to buy a wagon, right, or just a car in general, would you want it to be a little bit more OEM++, or would you want it to be just balls to the walls, best of the best, stainless everything, polished everything, crazy upgrades? In my opinion, that's not really what I like. I mean, I like to do that to my own personal cars. Obviously, if you guys don't know my Evo 1, I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing with that. But that car's never going anywhere. I'm going to die in this car, and it will never go anywhere. Obviously, it's behind the G. Big sucker. Well, there it is. Oh, don't look at this. You guys don't know what this is. But, yeah, no. Same thing with this, obviously. We did use factory manual trans. I didn't go crazy with it. I do have my new engine with my ITBs, because the last time I had the ITBs on the car, we sprayed a little bit too much and we blew it up. But that's besides the point. But yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I guess stay tuned. Like I said, if you guys would like to see anything specific, please go ahead and just let me know. I'll be more than happy to show you. And I guess with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.